Chief Justice John Rutledge. John was born on September 17, 1739, and died at 60 years old on July 23, 1800. He was born, raised, and died in Charleston, South Carolina. He was the eldest child. His younger brother, Edward Rutledge, signed the Declaration of Independence. John studied law at London's Middle Temple and won many cases in English courts. Later on in his life, John married Elizabeth Grimke. They had 10 children. John was a lawyer, judge, planter, and slaveholder. He became politically active in 1761 and became the governor of South Carolina from 1779 to 1782. In 1776, he served in the Committee of Safety and took part in writing of the state constitution. He was nominated to the Supreme Court by President George Washington. John was the second Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. He vigorously defended American rights at the Stamped Act Congress.
During his short 4-month tenure, he decided on 2 cases. In United States v. Peterson, it was decided that the U.S. had no jurisdiction over crimes committed against Americans in international waters. In Talbot v. Johnson, the court ruled that Americans who gain citizenship of another country or renounce state citizenship do not waive their U.S. citizenship status.
Roe v. Wade, 1971 through 1973. The Roe v. Wade case originated in Texas. At the time, Texas had strict laws on abortions that stated they may only be used in the case of rape or to save the life of a mother. The alias Jane Roe was actually used for Norma McCorvey, who was a pregnant woman from Texas, pregnant with her 3rd child, who wanted to get an abortion but could not due to Texas's laws. She was the one who filed the suit. Henry Wade was the defendant in this case. He was also the district attorney of Dallas County, Texas, when Jane Roe first filed the suit, alleging that the abortion law in Texas violated her constitutional right and the rights of other women. In 1971, Norma McCorvey filed the case Roe against Henry Wade. Before the case, there were no federal laws regulating abortions. Many states had banned the practice early. Many women's groups voiced their support for Jane Doe in this case. Jane Roe, aka Norma McCorvey, also faced a lot of opposition from the Roman Catholic Church and also the National Right to Life Committee. During court hearings, Norma McCorvey, also known at the time as Jane Roe, would not appear in court hearings to maintain anonymous. Sarah Weddington and Linda Coffey agreed to take on Norma's case. Norma had the hope that the case would be settled by the time she could still get an abortion. When she realized it would not be the case, she quoted, "Let's do it for the other women." The case was first argued on December 13, 1971, and re-argued on October 11, 1972. Norma McCorvey stated that the Texas abortion law violated her constitutional rights and the rights of other women. In a 7-2 decision, the Supreme Court affirmed the legality of a woman's right to have an abortion under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. The final ruling from the Supreme Court impacted laws in 46 different states.